glasses are cracked, at least in the little compressed video screen. Anyway, I just wanted to do a little update. Um, about my voice, something I rarely talk about. And because of that, or maybe one of the reasons why that is I don't think about it. I'm aware I'm a good singer. I'm aware I could be better. I'm aware I'm not great. I'm aware I'm good enough. Just like my guitar playing. It's just good enough. The important thing is to be able to record a good sounding song. And to rip live. I do love those moments where I could let loose and like solo and not hit a wrong note. Anyway, I've noticed since I've moved here, which has been about 2.5 years now, I've not been singing. Like sometimes I'll sing in the hallway or stairwells because, the reverb, the acoustics, it just gets you in the mood. But like, I'm not walking around my room singing, I'm not singing in the shower, and it's not that I'm depressed or anything, it's just, I don't know. It's just a really, maybe it's the atmosphere, maybe it's because I'm alone, I don't know. It's not a dreary, depressed feeling. There's still that great energy here. I'm always vibrating at a higher frequency. All my friends have always noticed it. I always stand out like a peacock. People always want to be hating on me wherever I go, because I stand out. They could just tell I'm different. And, I had cool parents. No one ever tried to like beat that out of me to conform and be like everyone else when I was young. They let me have my freak flag fly. So anyway, I went to Tomas to record, I think twice, but one time we were just like fighting and it was really bad, and whatever. And so the one time that I look at it as one time that we really worked and I really did sing, and I think we tracked like 3 or 4 songs, I really felt like a fish out of water. And I noticed after having this self-imposed but not choice, like I didn't choose for this to happen, but I had this like 4-year hiatus, being unhoused, an unhoused person. It's the PC way to say homeless. um, I didn't have a guitar, I didn't have a computer, so I was away for music for 4 years, and it took me about a good year to learn how to play my songs again. I was so rusty. I didn't realize, I thought it'd be like riding a bike. I thought I'd pick it right back up, and it really wasn't. It was hard. I'm just about as good, if not better. There's some things I can do now I notice really easily that I was never able to do before. So I don't practice every day, but I try to. So it's close. I'm definitely playing like 5 times a week. Anyway, my voice. So what I was gonna say was I noticed after having that time off. During that time, I also, because I guess I was sad or missing it, I didn't want to be reminded of it. So I didn't update my Bandcamp. I didn't review or edit the King Crawls. So it's been 14 years that album was in the works, but literally, in actuality, it's been 10 years that it's been worked on, because there was 4 years completely missing. And I still am. I released it in February, but I still am tweaking things every day. Like I'm insane. I'll like re-listen to the album practically daily, sometimes more. Some days I listen to it 3 times in a row, and I'm resequencing the order of the tracks constantly. I'm looking at name changes, spelling, lyrics. I'll go in overdub. I'll change one syllable in a song. Like, I am insane, and it's so easy to do that now with AI. You can, extract just the vocals, because basically once you release an album, it's done. There's no more stems. You have masters, but like now with AI, that doesn't mean shit. You can still break apart the masters back into separate tracks, so it's not good for an OCD perfectionist like me. But what I was gonna say was, I noticed after having 4 years off of not listening to my music, that even though I thought I had found my voice and I thought I was original, I'm thinking now I never did find my own voice. And I'm thinking back to times when Ben was like, Jay, you're like a chameleon. You could sing like anyone. And he always did mention, like Paul McCartney or Scott Weiland. Obviously, if I was screaming, the Kurt Cobain or Billy Corgan thing would come out. But like when Joan heard me, she immediately heard Ozzy Osbourne. And what people hear when they listen to my original music or things that I think are original sounding singing, people have told me what it sounds like to them. It's a giant list of people I would never think of. One person told me that the way I sing reminds them so much of Wayne Coyne from the Flaming Lips, and I had never heard that one before. And that just keeps on happening. I had never heard before Ozzy. So, but I could see it, especially the song that I think she heard first had a chorus effect on my voice, which Ozzy is famous for using on his solo albums. So, what I'm getting at is I still think after 24, 25, after a good 25 years of composing music and playing in bands, I don't think I've ever found my own real voice, because I was writing some lyrics and coming up with some melodies, and it was almost like the way you go on Pro Tools and choose through plugins and effects and pedals. I started doing that with my voice, and I realized, whoa, that's so weird. I really am like a chameleon. And anyway, what I was going to say that I alluded to before and didn't was after I had the 4 years off, when I went back and listened to my music, it's so clear to me now what I was emulating without realizing I was emulating it. So I started to think, well, what are the real JSE sounding songs? The first one that came to my mind was Norwegian Dream. So I guess in my head that was an original sounding song, even though immediately when I heard the solo, but I knew it at the time too. I knew I was ripping off Pink Floyd, and my backing vocals, the 3-part harmony that me and Natalia and James do, which I kind of orchestrated a little bit. I wasn't really dictating and being like, you do this, but it naturally happened that way. And I took the lead, so they were kind of complimenting me. And then, we would tweak it, and I would help them tweak it to be where they should be singing in what key. So it's just very democratic, and it happens very organically and naturally. I know I'm a great band leader. I've been in 14 fucking bands, and I have the ability to write with anyone, and I have had the ability to write with people who told me they've never been able to write with anyone, like Kevin Sacco and Ethan Donway, for example, and this kid Ben Cohen. They all told me that they never were able to successfully write with anyone, and yet I was able to so easily click with them and connect. I just know how to work with any style of person. I know how to listen to people. I know how to meet them at their level. I know how to be respectful. It's like easy. It's easy for me. It seems impossible for everyone else. Anyway, what I heard in Norwegian Dream was Martin Gore. When I hear it now, I go, oh my God, I'm singing like the dude from Depeche Mode. And it's obvious to me. And I do love Depeche Mode. So now when I go back and listen to my music, I could tell when I'm singing like Bono. And I thought that I was never doing that. I can tell all the time when I'm singing like Billy Corgan, which is a lot of my early stuff. But I mean, I've been hearing Rivers Cuomo from Weezer a lot. I hear the most random shit because I know what I really love and I know what influences me. So I'll hear things like XXX. What is it? Is it Temptation? How do you say that guy? XXX. He was great. Remember that song Moon? Oh, it's a full moon tonight, by the way. It's the Hunter Moon. It's a super moon too, which means it's 13% brighter. No, it's 30% larger and 13% brighter, because it's also in is it apogee? I can't remember that word. Or is apogee when it's furthest from the Earth? Well, anyway. The moon is closest to the Earth tonight. And, hi. But I was just signing off, unfortunately. But I did share a bit about finding my own voice, which I'm trying to do, my singing voice. And I don't know if that's something that you are interested in, if you sing. If you are, then just start watching this video from the beginning. Good night.